Now welcome inside a Lone Peak Fieldhouse for Lone Peak Girls Basketball presented by HanuWear.com. We are in the 6A state tournament. Winner moves on to the Huntsman Center. The games will be there starting for 6A on Monday. The Lone Peak Knights welcome in the Layton Lancers. Layton comes in 9-14 on the year with Coach Rob Reesbeck, the head coach, longtime head coach. After Coach Park took off, Coach Reesbeck's done a very good job. I'll have fun watching their team go up against Lone Peak tonight, which will be the final home game for a lot of these seniors for Lone Peak. They did senior night last week, but the true last home game is tonight. It is Sarah Bartholomew ready to jump it up against Avery Potter. Number 24, Ashlyn Purcell. As it is Sarah Bartholomew, Shawnee Nordstrom, Kaylee Rich, Naya Tonavasa, and Kennedy Woolston, the starters tonight for Coach Nancy Warner. And we'll start with the Lone Peak Knights. Coming in 15-6 overall on the year, 10-0 in Region 3 play. Got the first round bye. And they send that along the baseline to Shawnee, sends out to Kennedy Woolston for 3. And Lone Peak gets started quickly from deep. Our playoff coverage brought to you by Nutricost. And that ball goes out of bounds. It is Lone Peak ball. We get the clock set. No Kenzie Valentine tonight, so you get me and my inability to keep the clock accurate. Remember, that clock on the screen is unofficial. I'll do my very best to keep it as close as I can. As Bartholomew on the drive, no. And the rebound taken by Conley Santizo. Drop that ball into Ashlyn Purcell. Purcell goes baseline, partially blocked there by Bartholomew. Again, as we mentioned, our playoff coverage brought to you by Nutricost. Use the code UTAHMADE for 30% off your supplements today. That's UTAHMADE, all one word. Nutricost is a local product here in Utah. Send out for 3, and it goes halfway down and out on Oakley Homer. That ball's out of bounds off of Layton, and it is Lone Peak ball. Shawnee down the lane to the rim, can't get the completion there. Kaylee Rich can't get it. Potter claims the rebound. Now on the run with Oakley Homer. Good hands there by Tanu Vasa. Now the steal to Shawnee Nordstrom. And Shawnee will walk it the other way and score. And it's a 5-0 start for Lone Peak. Purcell in the corner with Kennedy Woolston. And a traveling violation. Terminated and took one more step. The traveling violation. Lone Peak and Layton played earlier this year. It was a convincing win for the Knights. As Santizo comes off the floor. And checking in is Roxy Casper. Bartholomew to Woolston, hands off Tanuvasa. Naya. Drop it inside. Put it back out. Woolston straight away. Kennedy off on the 3. That ball tracked down by Kaylee Rich. Saves it back into Woolston. Bartholomew spins it inside and is fouled on the shot. It'll put Sarah Bartholomew at the line to shoot 2. Foul goes to Potter, her first foul, and the first team foul. So to the line goes the BYU-bound Sarah Bartholomew. Calmly hits the first. And gets a both. And a 7-0 start for Lone Peak. Potter gives that one up on the drive is Casper. Shawnee Nordstrom came down to get the steal. Shawnee up that sideline, give it up to Naya Tanuvasa, and Naya finishes. Timeout, Coach Respect. 5:17 left in the first quarter, a 30-second timeout. We will keep it here. Again, you're watching Lone Peak Girls Basketball presented by HanuWear.com. You want to look good, but you're getting better. Go to HanuWear.com. And as always, we're presented by Heidemann and Associates. Go to utah.law to find the law office nearest you. Get a free consultation, so let them know that Rewind sent you. At utah.law, Heidemann and Associates. If you can't go in person, they'll do it virtually as well. And our playoff coverage brought to you by NutriCost. They're a proud supporter of Utah High School athletics. Launched in 2015 in Utah Valley, NutriCost has over 900 different products with over 130,000 five-star reviews. From high-quality protein to vitamins and more, head over to NutriCost.com and use the code UTAHMADE, all one word, UTAHMADE, for 30% off your supplements today. Again, that code is UTAHMADE for 30% off. And I can tell you, I use NutriCost. Multiple products from them. Still by Tanuvasa. Sarah with a loose ball. Get up to Shawnee Nordstrom. And a highlight reel play. Defense leading to offense for Lone Peak. Casper. That's a dangerous pass. Shawnee nearly with the steal. Loose ball. Picked up by Nordstrom, but man, a ball still loose in Lone Peak. And now the reach-in foul there on the Naya Tanuvasa. They'll reset the shot clock on the foul. Yeah, it was a change of possession because Lone Peak had the ball, gave it up. Not on the foul. So there was no foul. The ball went out of bounds, but I believe what the call was. Collier had the ball go inside out of bounds off of Lone Peak. Layton basketball. Tipped around by Nordstrom. Ball loose, and now the foul to Sarah Bartholomew. Be Sarah's first, team's first. Zuri Nordstrom is going to check in.
Checking in tonight, number 13, Zuri Nordstrom.
Zuri comes in for Naya Tanuvasa.
Lancers inbound.
Collier had that ball tipped away by Lawrence. Katie couldn't save it in. It'll remain Layton basketball. Nice hustle by Katie.
Lancer substitution number 20 is Kaya Pace. She replaces Roxy Casper.
So Collier. There's Pace now up top with Thurgood. High post back out to Collier. Homer has the ball taken away by Shawnee. Into the hands of Wilson. Quickly ahead, Katie Lawrence, who got loose, and Katie lays it up again, up and in. And once again, the defense setting up a quick bucket for the offense. Collier gives that one back to Pace. Pace got loose down low in the first bucket for Layton. Nice job there by Taya Pace. Lob inside to Sarah. Back out, Zuri Nordstrom for three. And the freshman's first playoff points is a long ball for Zuri Nordstrom. Timeout on the floor, 3:23 left in the first quarter. You're watching Lone Peak Girls Basketball and the 6A State Tournament on KSLSports.com, your online home for state tournaments. I'm going to remind you all the state tournament games at the Huntsman Center will be seen right here on KSLSports.com. Dane Stewart and myself, Dusty Litster, will have every game for you. We'll have some guests that will join us throughout the week. at the Huntsman Center. A little different schedule with the 5A bracket starting on Saturday and then 6A getting started on Monday. 3:19 on a running clock in the first quarter. And a quick start by the Lone Peak Knights. The boys are in action tomorrow night against Riverton. Again, you'll have that game right here on KSLSports.com, part of our Lone Peak coverage on the Rewind Sports Network. This is the week that why we put in all these games. It's why we lift all those weights, as Bill Parcells would say, is get ready for the state tournament. Collier had that ball go off the leg of Tanuvasa. And the ball remained with the Layton Lancers. Tanuvasa with the steal. Ahead to Shawnee Nordstrom, and Shawnee lays it in. 6 points in the quarter for Shawnee. On the drive, third good. Gives that one up. We try to get inside. Kaylee Rich maybe got a piece of that. So would not fall for Caitlin Spenlove. Zuri goes inside out to Tanuvasa. Niall will pull on the three. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Kaylee Rich. And Kaylee dribbled that ball out of bounds, and the ball will go to Layton. Lave Holdcraft comes on. A sophomore. Along with the other sophomore, Kennedy Woolston. Ball's loose. Tracked down by Pace. And then we're going to have a foul on the pass. It'll be the second team foul of the quarter. A foul goes to Lave Holdcraft. And Lave going with the Naya Tanuvasa multiple ponytail look here. Ball loose. And now the steal to Naya. Naya right at the defender. Can't get the bucket. Gets the foul. The foul will go to Layton's number 33, Roxy, or probably 23. It is 33, yeah. Roxy Casper, the junior, picks up the foul. So the senior, Naya Tanuvasa, will step up to the line. And hits the first. Naya announced last week in her senior night note that she will be continuing her basketball career at BYU, which is awesome for Naya. Put in a lot of work. Talk about this senior year. She's been just, I think, the most improved player in the state. That's not to say that she wasn't a good player before, because she was. Most improved in that she has just been an absolute star this year. The increased role without Kaylee Woolston and Ika. You see the value of what she does. We got a foul on that play as well. Be the third team foul. That foul will go to Lave Holdcraft, her second.
That was number 23, Lave Holdcraft, her second personal, third team foul. Checking in for Layton, number 24, Ashton Giselle, number 34, Adrian Potter.
Potter will pull for three and hit. I've got to guess she's wearing number 34 and the last name Potter. She's got to be Ethan's younger sister. Living up to the family name with that one. Sarah Bartholomew fouled on the floor. Foul's going to go to Ashlyn Purcell. It'll be the first on Ashlyn and the third team foul on the Lancers. Still 1:08 left in the quarter. We'll get that clock synced up here at 1:05. It goes as Naya Tanuvasa gets to the rim and scores. Naya now with 6 points. Casper trying to drop that in. Tanavasa with a steal. Got Shawnee out in front. Naya can go right to the rim and finish. Got the steal and the 2 points there for Tanuvasa. And now the steal and save into Holcraft. Ahead to Shawnee Nordstrom, and Shawnee is going to have 8 points in the quarter. As Lone Peak out quickly, 26-5. An impressive opening frame for the the back-to-back state champs. Looking back to the Huntsman Center to defend their crown and make it a three-peat, as that is the end of the first quarter. And at the end of one, it's all Lone Peak. The Knights 26, the Lancers 5. You're watching 6A State Tournament basketball on the Rewind Sports Network, presented by HanuWare.com, and Rewind coverage brought to you by NutriCost.
Every day we have a choice to sit and wait or get up and go. How do you get up and go?
And welcome back into Lone Peak. Dusty Litster with you as, again, Lone Peak girls basketball on the Rewind Sports Network, presented by HanuWare.com. Our playoff coverage brought to you by NutriCost. A proud supporter of Utah High School athletics, launched in 2015 in Utah Valley. NutriCost has over 900 different products with over 130,000 five-star reviews from high-quality protein and vitamins and more. Head on over to NutriCost.com and use the code UTAHMADE, all one word, for 30% off your supplements order. Again, that's UTAHMADE, one word, for 30% off your order. Ball in the corner. Go inside out. Potter for three, and her second. Her second three of the first half for Potter. Bartholomew, no. Loose ball, tracked down by Sarah. And saves it to Katie Lawrence. Shawnee Nordstrom, long on the triple. Bartholomew with the board. And the putback. Back to NutriCost. I use NutriCost. How about I use their TMG? I use their BCAA formula, and also their creatine for my weightlifting. On the steal, Lawrence got ahead to Tanavasa, and Naya now with 10 points. The locally owned business, I support it. Outside Ashlyn Purcell. Collier hands back to Santizo. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Potter back over to Collier. Nice feed inside of Santizo. She was a little too far underneath the hoop. 2 seconds. And now the steal before the shot clock expired. Quickly ahead to Woolston. Cross court, Tanuvasa. Naya in the lane, and we have a foul before the pass. 6:07 left in the half. The foul goes to number 10, Hadley Collier. And the sophomore guard picks up the foul. Ball inside to Sarah, out to Katie Lawrence. Oh, nice feed inside to Woolston, and Kendi blocked away. I believe it was Purcell with the block. Collier come back the other way. Oh, nearly got the circus shot to fall. Oh, that pass from Tanavasa, nobody home there. Tanuvasa tipped that ball in the backcourt. That's why that is not a backcourt on Layton. And then she does pick up the reach foul. First personal foul on Naya Tanuvasa. Kaylee Rich and Zuri Nordstrom check in for Sarah Bartholomew and Katie Lawrence.
And Katie Lawrence. In for Layton, number 33, Roxy Casper.
There's Roxy Casper. Collier. Potter wanted to get that 3 up. Collier turns it over. Here comes Tanuvasa. Naya to Shawnee. Leaves it for Woolston. Potter chased her off the 3. Nice hands by Purcell, but Kennedy gets open for 3. Lipped it out. Rebound to Kaylee Rich. And Kaylee fouled, trying to kick that ball out to Kennedy. Oh, quick entry in to Naya Tanuvasa. Naya now with 12 in the half. So we dip under 5 minutes left in the first half. And Lone Peak out to a large lead. Another steal to Shawnee Nordstrom. And Shawnee bring it back as Shawnee gets into double digits. On the drive is Thurgood. We have a foul or a travel, and it's a traveling violation on Thurgood. Turnover gives the ball back to Lone Peak. Inside of 4.5 left in the first half. Again, Dusty Lister with you from KSL Sports Rewind. Presented by Heidemann and Associates. Zuri Nordstrom from Shawnee. Can't get the 3. Tipped away by Kaylee Rich out of bounds. They'll say off the Lancers. Katie Lawrence comes in for Naya. Hard to believe we're already in the state tournament. Doesn't seem that long ago. We were just wrapping up football as Shawnee Nordstrom rolls in the 3. The future Cal Baptist basketball player knocks down the triple. It doesn't seem long ago. It was just Thanksgiving break. Well, I had a break. Nobody else had a break for our basketball coverage. Send it out. 3 from Collier. No. Rebound to Katie Lawrence. Katie on the run. Got numbers. Give it up to Zuri. Zuri to Kennedy. And Woolston fouled. A little look at the future there. Lawrence, Zuri, and Kennedy. All 3 players will be back next year. I want to thank Lone Peak for their partnership on the Rewind Sports Network. We've done every girls and boys basketball game since 2021, the 2021-2022 season. We've done football every year since 2020. The free throw good. But it's our absolute pleasure. We love being in the Lone Peak community. Did see that they are scheduled to play Corner Canyon next year here at home. Corner Canyon only has 4 home games on their football schedule. They play IMG Academy at home. There's a 3 on the way, and good. Potter with 9 points, all from 3s for Avery Potter. Her brother Ethan was the Mr. Basketball in his senior year. That was a tough year to pick awards as Potter knocked that ball away. Saved in to Lawrence. Shawnee gives that ball up on the angle to Kaylee Rich. Zuri back to Kaylee. 10 on the shot clock. Kaylee on the drive, the foul. And he's going to put Kaylee Rich at the line to shoot 2. That foul will go to Eleanor Whitworth, or pardon me, to Caitlin Spenlove. Her first personal, the 4th team foul on the Lancers. And Kaylee Rich misses the first.
Nice substitution, number 21, Naya Tanuvasa. She replaces Shawnee Nordstrom.
And Shawnee comes off the floor in favor of Naya Tanuvasa for the last, I don't know if she'll stay out the whole 2:53. I think Kaylee goes 1 of 2. Casper. Out to Potter. Casper will pull and is foul. It'll be Casper going to the line to shoot 2. Foul to Naya Tanuvasa, her second. And going to the line is the junior, Roxy Casper. Taya Pace will check in after the first free throw for Coach Respect.
Checking in for Lancers, number 20, Taya Pace. She replaces Caitlin Spenlove.
And Roxy goes 1 of 2. There'll be long days at the Huntsman Center Saturday and Monday. We'll have 8 games. And then 4 on Tuesday. The 5A semis is Zuri Nordstrom. Misses at the rim. Up all out of bounds. And we'll go back to Layton. But the 6A tournament will be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Remember, we'll have an off day on Thursday. The University of Utah basketball team is in town. Funny story about that. If you didn't listen to our interview with Jeff Clough, it's a 3 on the way and no good. We talked about there weren't available arenas, and they want to make sure they keep big venues for the state tournaments. Inside out, Potter. I thought that was going to go down. I was there. Her 4-3 of the half goes in and out. Here comes Tanuvasa. Naya skip to the corner. Kennedy out to Lave Holdcraft. 4-3. Good for Lave Holdcraft. It's the first 3 I've been able to call for her. Down the lane, inside out from Casper. 3 on the way, back rimmed. From Thurgood on the rebound out to Tanuvasa. Naya. Skip to Kennedy. Kennedy down the baseline. Finishes on the same side. And Wilson fouled. Count the bucket, put her at the line. 6 points in the half now for Kennedy Woolston. I don't see Kaylee here tonight. I thought the BYU was in town this weekend with the men's team playing at Kansas State. As Kennedy misses the free throw, rebound to Sarah. Oh, and Tanuvasa takes a tumble, and we'll have a blocking foul. It'll be 2 free throws as the foul will go to number 24, Ashlyn Purcell. It'll be 2 free throws as the Lancers now in the bonus. So the 2-sport Naya Tanuvasa at the line, knocked down the first, and she could have a track event. Wouldn't be shocked if she did, but an outstanding soccer player, was all state Lady Knights, the state championship this year. I would double check with Alex Napolis, but he's still swooning over being close to Lionel Messi as Holdcraft misses the 3, and it's a board and put back there for Sarah Bartholomew. I don't know if we'll ever get Alex Napolis back after beating, well, he ain't going to beat him, but he being close to Messi last night in the Inter-Miami RSL scrimmage. The 3 on the way and rattled home for Caitlin Spenlove. Oh, nice find inside. And Kennedy Woolston. Beautiful finish. The pass from Shawnee Nordstrom, and Woolston, an outstanding job of getting on the window and down. Casper had that ball slapped away. Holdcraft ahead to Woolston. Now Shawnee on the reverse side. Shawnee Nordstrom showing the speed. 10 seconds left in the half. Clock about 2 seconds off here. Shot won't fall. Tanuvasa with 1. Naya at the horn. Oh, there they got that one to go. A dominating first half for the Lone Peak Knights. Mirror image score. Lone Peak 51, Layton 15. You're watching the 6A state tournament Our coverage brought to you by NutriCost. Use the code UTAHMADE, all one word, UTAHMADE, for 30% off your supplements. Also, Lone Peak Girls Basketball on the Rewind Sports Network is brought to you by HanuWare.com. We'll be back with halftime after this.
Every day we have a choice. To sit and wait, or get up and go. How do you get up and go?
Welcome back into Lone Peak Fieldhouse. Dusty Litster with you. Lone Peak Girls Basketball presented by HanuWare.com. And Rewind's playoff coverage brought to you by NutriCost. Use the code UTAHMADE, get 30% off your supplements. 3 on the way and good from Naya Tanuvasa. Tanuvasa now with 16 points. Try to get that inside to Potter. Ball is loose, picked up by Kaylee Rich. On the run, Woolston to Tanuvasa. Naya inside to Sarah. Sarah try to get that out. Good hands by Purcell. Oh, Potter, he caught Sarah a little high there, but loose ball on the run out for Layton. Straightaway 3 is rattled home. Oakley Homer gets that one. A bunch of state tournaments heading right now, 3A, 5A, or 4A, and 5A. As Sarah Bartholomew lays that one up and in. As the 3A state tournament, always fun. It's a 3-day tournament, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all successively, or in succession. At South Sevier, the ball loose, tracked down by Santizo. My girls, my Lady Dinos, beat Juab for the 3rd time this year. That ball goes inside out. 3 on the way, no. And a foul on the rebound as Sarah Bartholomew hits the deck along with Roxy Casper. Mr. Official, they get together and call the foul on, well, probably it's on Ashlyn Purcell. 3rd personal foul on Purcell, and the first foul in the second half on the Lancers. Should say in the 3rd quarter. Kennedy Woolston back up top to Shawnee. Now Tanuvasa, ball kicked out of bounds. Oakley Homer. We'll have a continuously running clock in the 4th quarter. For some reason it was all second half, but it's just the 4th quarter as Woolston goes back out to Shawnee. Shawnee off the handoff from Kaylee Rich. No, the rebound and putback by Kennedy Woolston. Kennedy now in double figures. Casper left open at the rim. No, the rebound tracked down by Sarah. Kaylee Rich hand off to Woolston. Kennedy to Shawnee. Shawnee couldn't shake Santizo. Now it's Rich down the lane. No. Rebound to Sarah Bartholomew. She's fouled on the putback. It's Sarah. The 4th personal foul on the senior Ashlyn Purcell. The ball goes in to Sarah Bartholomew, and Sarah gets that one to go. Of course, Layton has always been good at girls basketball. Haley Bassett won that state championship in 2016, I believe it was the year, 2016. Going to Utah State as Potter off on the triple. And the rebound tracked down by Kennedy. A little too far ahead as Shawnee Nordstrom. She couldn't keep it in bounds. It'll be Lone Peak, or probably maybe Layton basketball. Zuri and Katie come on for Bartholomew and Rich. As we dip inside of 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. go to the corner. 3 on the way and good. And a timeout to Coach Riesbeck. 3-pointer there to Oakley Homer. Timeout on the floor. We'll be right back. You're watching the 6A state tournament on KSLSports.com, your online home for state championships.
Every day we have a choice. To sit and wait, or get up and go. How do you get up and go?
The Rewind Sports Network is always presented by Heidemann and Associates. Go to utah.law to find a law office nearest you. Get a free consultation. Let them know that Rewind sent you. Again, it's at utah.law.com. If you can't find an office close to you, it's a flat rate law firm. You can handle everything from setting up your will and trust. Baseline to Katie Lawrence. Katie fouled. Didn't get the call as Zuri sends that back out. Tipped around. Now taken away by Roxy Casper. Casper hangs, and now Tanuvasa tipped it. Wilson saves it. Now ahead to Zuri Nordstrom. Zuri over to Shawnee, who lays it in. How about that sequence? But if you can't make it into one of the offices for Heidemann Associates, you can set up a virtual call to get that consultation done. The flat rate law firm at Heidemann and Associates. That ball goes off the foot. Zuri Nordstrom. Hadley Collier going to enter back in for Conley Santizo. 3 on the way, long in the hands of Casper. Casper may be partially blocked there by Woolston. Katie Lawrence leaves it for Woolston. Skip to Tanuvasa. Naya toes it up. Can't get the 3. Rebound to Potter. Now on the run with Casper. And the 3 is good by Collier. So Hadley Collier, the sophomore, with the 3. First points of the night. Inside to Katie Lawrence. She's fouled. But Katie Lawrence on the line.
That's her second personal 13 foul on the quarter. Katie Lawrence shoots 2 for the night.
Fouls on Spenlove, number 2 on Spenlove. As Katie Lawrence is the first.
Ninth substitution, number 23, Bombay Holcraft. Number 45, Sarah Bartholomew. They replace Shawnee Nordstrom.
Bombay Holcraft back on the floor with Sarah Bartholomew.
Number 11, Lindsay Thurgood. Number 20, Taya Pace.
First free throw good from Katie. And the second as well. Large lead for Lone Peak. The clock syncs back up here momentarily at 3:07 as that ball goes out of bounds. Zuri passes up the 3, out to Woolston. Kennedy back over to Katie. Lawrence inside to Bartholomew, passes out to Woolston. Oh, the nice find inside to Bartholomew. Back out, Lave Holdcraft. A good sequence there offensively by Lone Peak. Get a good shot. Holdcraft just missed it. Down the floor with Layton inside of 2.5 left in the third quarter. Gonna have a continuously running clock in the fourth quarter. But only stop for timeouts and free throws. As that shot from third good, a little too strong. Rebound to Nordstrom. Zuri on the run. Got numbers. Inside to Bartholomew. Sarah with the left hand and the finish. Sarah with 12 points on the evening. job of getting out in front and finishing that from Lone Peak. And now we'll have a foul on the floor. Foul goes to Sarah. Second personal foul on Bartholomew is Shawnee Nordstrom comes back on with Tanavasa. And a steal to Shawnee. Oh, pretty pass from Nordstrom, back from Tanavasa. And Shawnee Nordstrom lays it in. Beautiful extra passes there from Nordstrom and Tanavasa. Gonna fit that ball inside. Ball loose, taken by Tanavasa. Naya on the run out. Naya, give it up to Sarah. Sarah lays it in. That's one where the official was waiting to see that ball goes in. And then if it would have come off, he would have called the foul. Trying to keep this game rolling as Tanavasa now fouled by Casper. Potter and Homer come back on as Thurgood and Casper come off the floor. Minute 7 left in the third. Naya. Holding. Now into the corner to hold Kraft. Ball back up top. Good hands here from the Lancers. Get tipped a couple balls. Zuri to Naya. Three won't go. Rebound to Lave Holdcraft. Sends it out to Zuri. Now Shawnee will toe up a three. Shawnee short on the triple. Rebound to Sarah. And the putback. .30 seconds left in the third quarter. And it's still to Shawnee. Nordstrom on the run. Oh, a wraparound. Shawnee Nordstrom. Good steal. Pretty finish. We got a couple highlight reel plays from Shawnee Nordstrom here in the third. One of my favorites with the steal. Holdcraft ahead. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Tanavasa fouled before the quarter ends. And that'll do it for the third quarter. We go to the fourth quarter, and it's all Lone Peak. Knights lead 74-24. You're watching Lone Peak Girls Basketball, presented by HoneyWare.com on the Rewind Sports Network.
Every day we have a choice. To sit and wait, or get up and go. How do you get up and go?
Start of the fourth quarter, Dusty Lidster with you. 6A basketball coverage on the Rewind Sports Network, presented by Heidemann Associates, brought to you by NutriCost. Again, use the code UTAHMADE, get 30% off of your order for supplements. I mentioned I use them. I use their TMG. I use the creatine and also their amino acids, the BCAAs, for all my lifting needs. As there's a steal to Kaylee Rich. Kaylee, give that up to Sarah Bartholomew. Sarah can't get the finish, gets the rebound, put it up and in. Again, in this quarter, the clock will be continuously running, except for free throws and timeouts. As Lone Peak going to punch their ticket back to the site, as we call it, to anytime we get to the quarterfinals. Last year at Weber State. Back to the University of Utah. It'll be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Championship game on Friday, so Lone Peak will play on Monday afternoon session. I haven't looked at the time slot yet. But Dane Stewart and I will call all those games as Potter knocks down her fourth three. Probably her 5th three of the night. 5 threes for Avery Potter. Is on the drive as Woolston send it back out. Tanu Vasa, 4th three. You mentioned how good Naya has been for 3 years, and this year has been exceptional. Hands by Woolston up top. Spenlove. Sends out to Potter. Seven on the shot clock. And the steal to Tanu Vasa. Send it ahead to Kennedy Woolston. Shawnee, high post to Bartholomew. Sarah, back out to Kennedy. Cross court, Tanu Vasa, pump it. Back out to Shawnee. Going to take the clock down. Is Woolston on the drive, and could be a foul on the Lancers. It will be on the shot. So clock will stop as Kennedy Woolston goes to the line. With 5:44 left in this one. And it's always hard to remember 2 years ago. Remember, as for the last, well, I imagine this will be the last time that Naya, Tanu Vasa, Shawnee Nordstrom, Kaylee Rich, and Sarah Bartholomew come off the floor at the Lone Peak Fieldhouse. As the free throw good from Woolston. Got them both. Remember, we were at the University of Utah 2 years ago when these seniors were sophomores, and then championship day moved to BYU. They won that first title on the floor at the Marriott Center when Michaela Ika, as there's the foul and one for Layton on the other end of the floor. It was Michaela Ika in overtime kissing that ball off the window to knock off Fremont. Purcell misses the free throw. He's inside of 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in this one. And seniors for Layton. Conley Santizo. A lot of them here. Ebony Davis, as that shot won't go. Rebound to Holdcraft. And a fresh shot clock. It's a 3 on the way from Fotu. No. The board and run out with Roxy Casper. There's Oakley Homer, the senior, with the lay-in. Get her some points. The last time she'll be suited up in Lancer blue. So at the boys team, we're going to see them tomorrow. They take on Copper Hills at Layton High School. I'll be there. Got swimming in the morning, basketball in the evening, as Zuri Nordstrom is fouled on the take. As I'll be at Brigham Young University, the Richards Building, for the morning session, the state swim meet. Prelims tomorrow, finals on Saturday. McKay Larson will be on the call with me, and then McKay will take over for the evening session that starts at 5 o'clock. But we start at 9:30 tomorrow, right here on KSLSports.com. Come hang out with myself, Dusty Lister, McKay Larson. The Lone Peak girls swim team is going to be, they got a potential. The way that they're seated, they could break the state record for the most points scored in a state swim meet. I mean, it's pretty unreal. But you got great swimmers like Tiffany here from, there's a foul. So you have a Tiffany girl, Jordan Tiffany's younger sister, who's a spectacular swimmer. But then the 5A side, you got Jade Garstang, who was tracking Ryan White's times and all of Ryan's times. If it's the IM or the backstroke, they're all state records. Jade has been on pace to break every one of them. Of course, Ryan White's the only Olympic swimmer in the state of Utah's history. She's right on it. I tell you how good of a swimmer she is. And the free throw good. Got them both. For the senior Ashlyn Purcell. Playing with the 4 fouls. Katie Lawrence fit that into Zuri. No, Purcell maybe with the block there. Good job of getting over and defending that. Roxy Casper bringing up the floor. But again, we'll have that swimming starting at 9. We'll have the basketball games going. I'll make that trip up to Layton. It'll be a full day on the Rewind Sports Network. It's Potter, her first non-3 points of the night. That's her first three-point field goal of the evening. Four threes and that lay-in as Holcraft misses on the 3, tipped out, taken by Katie Lawrence. There's Holcraft. Lave on the drive, right to the rim. Lave Holcraft, the sophomore, now with 5 points. But these are the weeks we enjoy at Rewind. Because the next time we'll have something like this, that ball goes out of bounds off a Potter, will be in the spring when we're running 5A, 6A baseball, 5A, 6A soccer, 5A, 6A boys and girls lacrosse. All on the same week, that last week in May before Memorial Day. We'll be wrapping up the high school sports season. But then announcement time, we'll be rolling right through the summer as the Rewind Sports Network will be doing all of the Marshall League games. The Utah Marshals going to bring in the best players around the country to come play for the summer. You've heard the Cape Cod League. Well, we have it in Utah. That's the Utah Marshals. We'll have them right here on KSLSports.com. All 60 games this summer. As Zuri Nordstrom lays that up and in. You've had Caden Hodson, a former Lone Peak player, played last year. Imagine he'll be back this year. He just finished up, he'll be started his freshman year at Salt Lake Community College. You had Crew McChesney played in the league last summer as well. As there was a foul down low. I don't know if he called it on the shot or not. No, it's on the floor, so clock continue to run. But a lot of good baseball players from around the state of Utah. But you want to see players from around the country. This is Division I baseball. It's a lot of fun. I did a bunch of games a year ago. But all 60 games of that season will be right here on KSLSports.com. Inside, nice take and finish. Lindsay Thurgood, the junior, gets her first points of the evening. As Lone Peak can wrap this one up, and we'll conclude our coverage of the girls' team, at least for the Rewind Sports Network. Of course, we'll have every game from the Huntsman Center. We'll have the boys tomorrow night at Riverton. That game should be a lot of fun. Lone Peak at Riverton's got some good history to it as the 3 does not fall for Woolston. In fact, that was where Frank Jackson scored 50 points against Riverton his senior year in a loss. I remember calling that game. It was a crazy, crazy night that David Evans led Lone Peak Knights. His shot would not fall for Zuri. And now the jump ball, the clock will continue to run. Possession will stay with Lone Peak as shot clock will be turned off. And the home season will be done for the Knights. As Kaylee holds it up top, the call for out. And that will do it. Coach Nancy Warner and her Knights will improve to 16-6 on the year. And we'll move on to the Huntsman Center as Lone Peak gets a convincing 86-37 win over the Layton Lancers. And they go back to the side of the chance for a three-peat. The back-to-back 6A champions take this one 86-37. Congratulations to the Layton Lancers and their season, Coach Rob Riesbeck, and their seniors. It's always tough when the season comes to an end, but also when your high school career comes to an end. So congratulations to them on an outstanding year. But the Lone Peak Knights win. Now move on to the Huntsman Center. Your Heidemann Associates players of the game. Man, every time I do a game, you know I'm going to go with a few. We're going to go with the seniors tonight. That being Shawnee Nordstrom, Naya Tanuvasa, Kaylee Rich, and Sarah Bartholomew. And their last game, Lone Peak in their last game officially on the Rewind Sports Network. Get a big win. Congratulations to them. We'll look forward to seeing them up at the Huntsman Center. Again, your final score, Lone Peak 86, Layton Lancers 37. For Tino Psyche, I'm Dusty Litster. Thanks for joining us and for watching the Rewind Sports Network's coverage of the Lone Peak girls basketball team, presented by HoneyWare.com, brought to you by Heidemann Associates, and our playoff coverage brought to you by NutriCost. Use the code UTAHMADE, get 30% off your supplements at NutriCost.com. We'll see you at the Huntsman Center.